Hi folks, welcome to the Education Summit. I am Jeff Rogers, President and CEO of Mid-American Learning and Online Education Programs, which is more commonly known as SpeedyPrep. I want to welcome you all and I want to thank you for taking the time to join us during this conference. I believe your time is going to be well spent. You're going to hear some amazing stories from some individuals who's walked through life, whose journey and whose challenges are very inspirational when you hear how education has made a difference in their lives. And I also want to thank those individuals for taking the time to sit back and think through, and for some, many years of their life's journey and how they've overcome some of the challenges that have been before them, as well as how education has made a difference in their lives. So, what do I want to talk about today? A couple things. I want to talk in general about online education, but specifically I want to talk about online nursing education. Online education in general, as a lot of you may know, has come light years from where it was just 10, 12 years ago. In fact, when I was in college, which was a long time ago, online education didn't exist. And it would have been a phenomenal benefit had it existed during my time. You know, I pursued a dream of playing in the major leagues, and while I had a lot of great experiences and a lot of opportunities, that dream did fall a little bit short. Had I had the opportunity of online education, I could have worked as I pursued to complete my business degree, and that would have probably been a more advantageous route to take. But I didn't have that option. But today, we do have that option. And as an adult learner, that's very important because we're facing different challenges today. Challenges from technological advances, which is creating opportunities for new jobs, and many times better paying jobs, but those advances are also creating a void in areas where once there was gainful employment, it no longer exists because it's been made obsolete due to technological advances. So it's very important as adult learners that we have other options, because if you're working and you're raising a family and you've got a wife or you've got a husband and you've got kids, and just that life in general happens, it's very challenging to try to pursue your dream of a college degree, completing a college degree, getting a second degree, or just continuing education to put yourself in a position to take advantages of the opportunities that may come your way. But in particular, I want to talk about online nursing education. Any of you that are listening to this presentation or will listen to these presentations, you're going to hear from people that are in healthcare, that are in nursing, and they're going to talk about nursing education, competency-based nursing education, and what advantages that offers to you. But I want to talk about nursing right now in general to say, as you all know, or most of you will know, we do have a nursing shortage in our country. And there's a few reasons for it. One is the aging population is living longer and longer. So the demand for qualified nurses is even greater than it ever was. Plus, there's another thing that's going on. Many people that are going into medicine are not wanting to focus on primary care. They're wanting to specialize, whether it be cardiology, orthopedic, or some other specialty field in medicine, but they're not focusing on primary care. That has also created another vacuum in the need for nurses and advanced practice nurses, known as either PAs or nurse practitioners. And so the demand for those positions is even greater. And what you're going to find is the quality of online nursing education today is phenomenal. 10 or 12 years ago, I was involved, or still am involved, with a company that was focusing on trying to bring online nursing to the public. And you would be hard pressed back then to find online nursing. In fact, maybe the only one really that was around was Excelsior College. They were and still are the first and oldest online nursing program out there. But other than that, it was really hard to find the opportunities. And if you did, typically it was what was known as a hybrid program. You could take some of the courses online, but you still had a face-to-face component to it. Well, that's not the case anymore. There are some phenomenal programs out there. In fact, you're going to hear today from a lady that works with Western Governors. Western Governors is an up-and-coming program. It's growing, and it has phenomenal programs, and it is an excellent online nursing program. You'll hear from a lady by the name of Dr. Marian Anima, and she is an advocate for online nursing and competency-based nursing. And she also spent time creating online curriculum for online nursing programs. And so today we find ourselves with the challenge of bringing quality online nursing programs to the public. And if you're an LVN, an LPN, or an associate RN, and you're looking to advance your career and looking to advance your education in nursing, you know how important it is to find those quality programs. And a lot of dynamics are going on in nursing right now. I mentioned the LVN, LPN, and the RN. And if you're one of those, you know firsthand that there's being more and more demands put on you to advance your career and to advance your education. Part of that, again, is being driven, as I mentioned earlier, because of the aging population living longer and the fact that there is a shortage in primary care. And the nursing shortage is something that we as a country are facing, although it's a little bit better today than it was, say, 5 years ago. But the labor statistics show that by the year 2025, we are going to have a vast shortage, not only in nurses, but in primary care nurse practitioners. And so the demand is tremendous and the opportunity is tremendous. Plus, a lot of hospitals these days are trying to receive what they call magnet status. And in order to achieve that, they need to have a vast majority of their nurses to be at the bachelor level. So you may even be experiencing some pressures from an employment standpoint to continue on and get that advanced degree. So the opportunities are there for you as a professional nurse to further your degree. But the nice thing about it is you don't have to sacrifice your current position. In other words, you don't have to try to figure out how you're going to integrate a very robust curriculum and going on to further your nursing education while you're working 12-hour shifts, while you're raising kids, while you're a husband or your wife, and while you're just dealing with the general challenges of life every day. The opportunities are tremendous out there for you, and I urge you to look at all the options that are out there. Also, I just want to talk a little bit about online education. As I mentioned when I first started, it didn't exist years ago, and in fact, as early as 10, 12 years ago, online education was still kind of an unknown. But our institutes of higher learning are realizing that is an avenue that is becoming very popular, and it fits well with today's society of working hard, trying to raise a family, and trying to advance your career. So they have invested a tremendous amount of time, resources, energy, and money in developing very, very robust online programs. So that the experience that you're going to get in an online environment is equal to anything that you're going to get in a face-to-face environment. And that's very important, again, for the adult learner. The other thing is that as an adult learner, you're going to find sometimes when you go back to school that you may be lacking in what they call general education courses. And these courses can cost upwards of anywhere from $300 to $500 per credit hour. And in fact, the average cost per credit hour for a college course is $395. So if I just round that up so I can do this in my head for you, you're talking $1,200 for a general education course. And when I say general education, I'm not talking your core course in your major. I'm talking about your history, your literature, your psychology, your sophomore literature, things of those nature that you've got to go through in order to begin the process of focusing on your core major subjects. Well, that's a real cost to you, not to mention the time. There are options out there for you. You're going to hear some folks talk today about CLEP prep programs and what the advantages is of CLEP prep. For those of you who don't know CLEP stands for College Level Examination Program, or sometimes people call it credit by examination. And basically what it allows you to do is allows you to study over a period of time and then go take a competency exam. And it's a pass-fail. It's not going to be something that's going to be measured into your grade point average. It's going to be pass-fail and you get the credit for it. But the nice advantage to that is you don't invest the time that you would typically in spending 3 or 4 months in a semester, and you're not spending $1,200 to take that course. The average CLEP course is going to cost you, if you consider the CLEP prep, the testing center and the test itself, anywhere from $100 to $150. We'll compare that to that $1,200 spend. So you can see there's a tremendous advantage in cost savings and saving you dollars on your tuition, not to mention it'll expedite the speed in which you can complete your degree. So again, I thank you for spending the time. I thank you for investing the time in the summit. I really believe that you're going to find it to be beneficial. I wish you all the success in the world. I wish you nothing but smooth sailing for all your days ahead. Thank you so much, and God bless.